Wow, wow, wow.
Big thanks to Napoleon Grills for sponsoring this episode.
I'll make you a reverse seared picanha with new home engineered flavors. This might be the most confusing thumbnail title I've ever created. What do you mean, new home engineered flavors? Well, when I started out 10 years ago, we had salt, pepper, pico powder, onion powder, garlic powder, and these were all fine. Those were great barbecue flavors. Maybe a little bit of mustard powder, but then that's about it. And nowadays you got all these shelves full with flavors at the supermarket. So you can do a lot of things. However, there's much more out there. I got this crate, and basically this is my standard crate that I keep all my herbs in. I got some paprika powder, some garlic powder, some onion powder, and these are all the basic elements of creating good barbecue rubs. But now I got this beautiful powder, and this is mushroom powder. Now, I found this, and you can find it too, for instance on Amazon.nl. Like online, you can find the craziest things. And when I find these jewels, I just want to play around with them, have fun with them. So I found this, and I found something else too. This is mierikswortel, otherwise known as horseradish in English. Now, think about it. We create steak sauces with horseradish, and it tastes freaking delicious and amazing. And we add fried mushrooms to our steak as a sauce, or fresh, or grilled, or whatever. And it just tastes fantastic. But what if we combine that into a rub and make it into the best steak rub you ever had? Well, we're not sure yet, but it could work. So let's give it a try. This is a picanha that comes from Poland and is reasonably priced. As you can see, there's not too much intramuscular fat, but it's a great steak nonetheless. Now, of course, I want to season this, add a little bit of flavor. When I got a high quality, I would just put a little bit of salt on, maybe some pepper, but now I'm gonna go all out and create as much flavor on this picanha as I can. I'm starting off my steak rub with 2 tablespoons of fleur de sel, followed by 1 tablespoon of ground pepper, 1 tablespoon onion powder, 1 tablespoon paprika powder, 1 tablespoon horseradish powder, 1 tablespoon of mushroom powder, and half a tablespoon of garlic powder. Mix that up. And here's a rule that I always apply when seasoning a picanha. First, I want to cut into the fat cap, creating as much surface as I can, and that's also going to help with making that fat cap extra crispy. I'm also going to cut it diagonally, that way we're going to have beautiful cubes sitting on top of my picanha. I'm going to season that fat cap with fleur de sel, which is a light sea salt, and most of it is going to fall off again during the cooking process, so don't be afraid of putting too much on, it's just going to fall into the fire. Then I'm going to flip it around, then it's time to put the rub on. And I promise you, this is going to be good. If you could only smell this. The powder of the mushrooms and the horseradish is a little on the fine side, but it will get the job done. Now I'm going to wait, give the picanha a little bit of time to soak up the flavors and help the rub stick. In the meantime, I'm going to fire up the Napoleon Phantom. This is a gas grill with extreme powers and a beautiful stainless steel cast grill grate. I'm going to fire up both outside burners, and I'm going to set them to the highest position. Now I always fire up my gas grill with the lid open. Well, not always, but it's the safest way to do it. So no gas is building up and you won't get an explosion. Of course, this is something that might never happen, but it's a safety measure you can take very easily to be barbecuing at the safest level you possibly can. Even though I might not be the safest person around. So just going to finish it off with a little bit of fire. But I'm just telling you the way to do it. Now I'm going to close the lid, let the barbecue come up to temperature. And of course, I need a stick and a thermometer as well. I'm looking for the thickest part of the picanha, which is sitting right here. That's where it's going to go because that is going to take the longest to cook. The Napoleon is running at a temperature of 160 degrees Celsius. And I'm going to place my beautiful picanha on a high position over indirect heat. Then I'm going to close the lid and let it slowly come up to temperature. And I'm aiming for 52 degrees Celsius core temperature. In the meantime, I'm going to make you something that's going to blow your mind. Because we can't just have that picanha with those flavors. We need to make the max out of it. We got to extract every little bit of flavor and insanity that is going into this recipe. So I'm starting with a vinaigrette base of olive oil. That's a standard. Olive oil, and that's around 100 milliliters. And to that, I'm adding acidity of around 1/3 of lemon juice. And of course, if you use your knife to cut a lemon, make sure to wipe it off so the acidity of the lemon doesn't edge your blade. Now I'm gonna need some parsley. Around 4 tablespoons of fine chopped parsley will do the job. 3 garlic cloves, chopped fine as well. Then in goes 2 teaspoons of horseradish. This is fine grated horseradish. And that's gonna create a bridge between the sauce and the rub that we just created. Now of course we have some of that rub left over, so why not add a tablespoon of that as well. There we go. This will transform the color to a green-red color in the sauce. And of course, let's do that taste test. It's still going on, like bang, 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 bang. All those flavors. While I'm tasting it, I'm trying to tell you what this is about. It's about lemon juice. It's about freshness, brightness, but savory at the same time. It's so much. And I bet you if you left this standing for like a half an hour or so at room temperature, it's gonna be freaking amazing. Just got the notification, time to pull the picanha off the grill and let it rest. As you can see, it's gotten a lot thicker. That muscle tightened up. It's been cooked and we got a nice little bit of dry bark on the outside. That's fantastic. The fat already started rendering down. Let's take it off the grill, let it rest, because resting it is gonna make sure that that temperature doesn't rise any further. And that's what I need. I need it to stabilize first before we can start searing this thing off. But in the meantime, I can fire up my side burner on the Napoleon grill and make sure that it's blazing hot for that final sear. And in the heat of the moment, I'm going to show you what I prepared for you. We got some aluminum foil right here, and these are roasted potatoes. They're just large potatoes that I put in a piece of aluminum foil and set on my barbecue, roasting at a temperature of 160 degrees for almost 1.5 hours. Now let's cut into this, open it up, and take a look at that. This is potato at its best. No added flavor, no water diluting flavors. This is the main thing. Now, of course, we created that beautiful steak sauce. And guess what? This stuff is fantastic on that potato. So just drizzle a little bit on. There we go. And now you got an instant, easy, homemade side dish that tastes freaking fantastic. Let's get back to that steak. Thermometer out. And now we're gonna sear off that fat cap, making it extra crispy. I want to get a good sear on it while that fat is rendering down. This fat cap is not too thick, so I'm not going to go all the way. But this is more than enough because this picanha is already cooked. Nice and thin sliced picanha steak, cooked to absolute perfection. Beautiful crust, nice fat cap. Every slice is golden here. This is the jackpot. I couldn't be happier with the end result. And it is easy because you have that thermometer, making sure you check the temperature, making sure you get a notification. This works every time. A gas grill, reverse sear, hot sizzle zone, beautiful piece of meat, and good seasoning. Picanha at its best. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Oh, what's going on here? I want more.
You know, the picanha is cooked to perfection. That goes without saying. But that rub, the flavors, it is unlike anything I ever had before in a steak rub. The steak rub's fantastic, the sauce fantastic. It works so well with that picanha.
Oh, they're gonna be so angry when I say this, but I think we just stole chimichurri and picanha back from Brazil. Sorry. We made it European. This is incredible.
You got that chimichurri style acidity coming out. You got the beef flavors, but then there's also mushroom and horseradish, like the more North American style things of adding to a steak. This is the both of best worlds, and just from Googling and finding new things and putting them together, I created something that is, well, maybe not new, but it's mixing things up and creating something different. And you can do this too, so I highly recommend you give this recipe a try.
It's umami. I hate to use that word, but it's umami. It's incredible. You gotta try this recipe.
This stuff's amazing.
Yeah.
But we also have to try the potatoes, the stuffed potatoes.
Do we?
Yeah. But I want to. I'm Dutch. You know the painting, the Van Gogh painting,
Yeah.
the aardappeleters. That's us.
That's us.
our ancestors.
Sour. Savory.
The funny thing is, it's just potatoes, aluminum foil on the grill.
That's all you
Easiest
need.
side dish ever.
Yeah.
And they're freaking amazing. I love potatoes. It's
Yeah.
better than fries.
Yeah,
Come on,
definitely.
kids. Get with the program.
Oh yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go check out our website, PitmasterX.com. Links down below. More so I'm going to try and find the links for the mushroom powder, horseradish powder. If we have it, it's going to be on the website, so go there.
If I don't, message me on Instagram.
Yeah.
Be angry at me. I'm okay with it. Shout at me. I deserve
You
it.
want it?
If I forget it, then I totally deserve it.
That's true, that's true. Hope to see you guys next time. Until then, eet
Eet
smakelijk.
smakelijk.
And keep on grilling.
Keep on grilling.
That's right. See you guys next time. Dag, 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 dag. Doei. Adios, paraplu's. Waar is Eva nou? Where's the dog? Eva, come. You want a slice of heaven?